Hey guys, YouTuber 100 here. Alright, and now here I am continuing with my Christmas reviews. Now here I am with a review for Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas. So, when I was growing up, I liked watching this movie a lot during Christmas time. I mean, I put this film on during Christmas time just about every year growing up. I mean, I really did like watching this film during Christmas time. And yeah, I did think that it was a pretty good movie. And even now, I mean, I still really do think it is a pretty good movie overall. I mean, yeah, it's a really a film really intended for a younger audience. It's like Nostalgia Critic said in his Disney December review for this movie that he did for Christmas Day last year. This film is really meant for little kids. And yeah, it is a pretty good film for little kids. I mean, even adults I think can really see like it is pretty good for the audience it's intended for. Yeah. And yeah, I really did like watching this film a lot growing up. I mean, and even now, I mean, I still do actually put this film on during Christmas now. I mean, I still do watch this film just about every year for Christmas. I mean, yeah, I mean this movie is always on Netflix, and yeah, during Christmas time, I still like putting this film on for Christmas time, and yeah, but I still really do like watching it. I mean, I do think that it is a pretty good movie. I mean, audiences overall, they really did seem to like this film. I mean, yeah, this film is pretty good at telling the stories that it does. Yeah, this film is just a set of three Christmas stories, with the classic Disney characters Mickey and Minnie and Donald and Goofy and yeah, all of the characters like that. And yeah, it is a pretty. And the stories that it tells are pretty good. I mean, yeah, it's basically just a bunch of stories. Well, the three stories that this film has are basically different stories about Christmas. It's about learning the meaning of Christmas and just yeah, it just is, it teaches kids lessons about Christmas and stuff about what Christmas is really about. And yeah, the messages that this movie sends, I think they are pretty good messages. I mean, yeah, of course, this film is does a lot better at sending the messages than the sequel did. I mean, Mickey's Twice Upon a Christmas, that really was not a very good movie. And yeah, the messages that that movie sent really were not very good at all. I mean, I think that Twice Upon a Christmas kind of sent kids some bad messages, honestly. I mean, yeah, the messages that this movie sends are a lot better. And yeah, a lot more effort actually went into this film than the sequel. With this film, the stories that this film tells are good and it sends good messages, and yeah, just yeah, a lot more effort went into this film than they did with the sequel. I mean, just the animation for the sequel just really says it all for that film. It just kind of shows you the kind of film it really is. So yeah, this film is definitely a lot better than the sequel, and it is a pretty good film overall. Oh, so yeah, I give this film 3 stars out of 4. I mean, I really do like the stories that this movie has, and yeah, I do like the messages that this movie sends, and yeah, I just think overall, this film overall, it is a good film for kids. It's a good Christmas film for kids to watch. So, yeah, I don't really want to talk too much about it. So, yeah, let me just cut right into it. Right. So the film opens with some narration by Kelsey Grammer, just talking a little bit about Christmas, this and stuff, and then it shows they're inside of a house. Well, so underneath a Christmas tree, there's 3 gifts, and yeah, the narrator is just saying that each gift has a story and stuff. And so, the first one is inside a toy boat. This story is called Donald Duck Stuck on Christmas, and yeah, this story is basically pretty much the story all you are really familiar with, just the story of wanting Christmas every day. And Huey, Dewey, and Louie wake up on Christmas morning, and they were really excited, and they just rush downstairs and open their presents before the many other members of the family arrive. And once Donald sees them, he forgives them since it is Christmas, and he gave the boys like their own sleds as a Christmas surprise, and the boys just ended up like rushing right for the sleds, and Donald included a Christmas card with the sled. Then the boys just like threw it out and stuff. Well, yeah, they just like tossed it aside. Right, and yeah, they basically just cared about the gifts really, and they then just like before they actually took the sleds out to ride, then uh, like Daisy, Scrooge, and Gertie all arrived, and then yeah, like Aunt Gertie just like gave the boys a bunch of kisses and stuff, and then yeah, the boys just went out sledding, which I think they did it just about all day, and then like at dinner, then the boys just like were like being real rude, just like scarfing the food down and stuff, and Donald was just like yelling at them about manners, and then yeah, later on, then like Donald, Daisy, Scrooge, and Aunt Gertie were like singing Christmas carols, but the boys then just ended up like playing with their toys. And then once they were sent to bed, like the boys just since they just really did love the Christmas Day, they just wanted it to be there every day. So then they made a wish upon a star for it to be Christmas every day, and then their wish is granted. And then yeah, the next day they basically they had the exact same day where they had the same presents and the same stuff happened with them, like getting those sleds and then the dinner, the carols, they just like had it all over again. And then the next day it was the same thing, basically like they just like had the same things in their days over and over and over again. Yeah, and then after a few days, then the boys just ended up like getting tired of it and wanted to stop. And then there was a montage. It showed like a bunch of calendar pages, like just passing by, and it just like was actually a bunch of calendar pages saying December 25th, and there were just like a whole bunch of them. So yeah, this one must have been going on for a while. And then the boys then just then like wanted changes for the Christmas, and so they then decided to just like to even things up. They then like just wanted to lighten things up. They wanted to just and they ended up like acting out, and they just ended up like playing a bunch of tricks and pranks all day. Hey, and stuff like they like were just like they like drove their toys into Donald, all and stuff, and then they ended up like switching the dinner turkey with actually a live turkey, and then the turkey just ended up like running all over the house and stuff and just trashing everything. And then that day just ended up like ending in like complete disaster, and just everybody really did have a bad Christmas. And then the boys were like just gonna take their sleds out, but after they saw like how much of a bad day it was for everyone, they then like read that Christmas card that was included with the sleds, and the card was like from Donald and Daisy, and it just wished them love, and it was like really telling them what the true meaning of Christmas was and stuff. And then the boys just ended up like feeling bad, and then they went to bed. But then they then like agreed that the next day they would have the best Christmas ever, and so then they did things differently again, but they actually did for good things this time. Like they like made Donald breakfast, and then they like gave Gertie kisses on their own. And then, like, during the day, like, Donald was, like, becoming suspicious of the boys. Like, he felt that they were up to something. And then, they helped Daisy with the dinner, and then instead of turkey, they had ham and stuff. And then, as they were, like, singing, like, Christmas carols, then Donald finally then questioned the boys on what they were up to. And then the boys then revealed that they, like, made Donald his, like, a dream bowl that Donald wanted out of their sleds. And then after then like the boys then like realized the true meaning of Christmas. And then that day then ended just with all of them, like with Donald, the boys, Daisy, Scrooge, and Gertie all singing Christmas carols together. And then that's when like the time loop then stopped, and then the next day it was actually the day after Christmas. And it had a funny ending with like Donald has the boys to help push him up a hill with his boat, and Donald then will just like saying that he understands that the boys wish that Christmas would be every day, and then the boys just then shouted no, and then they like threw Donald over the hill, and the boat then just ended up like falling apart, and Donald went right into snowman. Yeah, and then yeah, it faded back to like that Christmas tree with the narrator just like saying how Christmas is really meant to just be one day, and the memory should last the entire year. And yeah, 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 and then yeah, I liked how it like faded from like the snowman Donald had fallen to like a snowman ornament on that Christmas tree. So I did like how like each of these stories like ends up like fading into an ornament on the Christmas tree. So yeah, I do like that. And then yeah, the next story was like with a teddy bear, and it's a like called A Very Goofy Christmas. So this one is like about Goofy and Max. And in this story, like Max is like a lot younger here than he is like in the two Goofy movies. Like as opposed to like being a teenager as he is in the two Goofy movies, here Max is about, I don't know, 10 years old maybe. Yeah. And yeah, Goofy and Max are like mail a letter to Santa after like chasing down the mailman. And it was funny, like Goofy like is singing like Christmas songs, but he's like giving his own lyrics to them, which I thought were pretty funny. Like "Deck the Halls," he was like singing with "Deck the Halls with towels and colleagues" or something, which I thought was funny. Yeah. And later that night, as like Goofy and Max were shoveling snow, like Max was like saying what he wanted for Christmas, this big like snow, this special snowboard. Yeah, Max said like a lot of things, like one of a kind something. I've never even actually like fully memorized everything that Max said about the snowboards, but yeah, Max wanted like some kind of special snowboard for Christmas. Yeah, but then yeah, their next door neighbor Pete then was just like telling Max that there was no Santa Claus, and yeah, Pete just didn't believe that Santa could really actually fly around the world in one night, and yeah, was starting to like feel that maybe like Pete was right, but Goofy was like was really assuring Max that Santa does exist, and they had a nice Easter egg here. Nostalgia Critic pointed this out in his Disney Summer Review for this movie last year. Like Goofy is decorating the Christmas tree, and at one point, like he puts on an ornament that's actually like one of like that castle decorator from the Second Beauty and the Beast, which I thought was like which I thought was like a clever thing, like a clever Easter egg for this film. Yeah. And it's funny. There was a funny scene, like at one point as they were actually lighting up the tree, like all the lights popped and they were wrapped around Goofy, and Goofy ended up being electrocuted. Yeah. And then later that night, like Max and Goofy then like went to their next door neighbor's house, who their neighbors were less fortunate than them, and then they went to have dinner with them. Yeah, yeah. And then yeah, that night, later on that night, at the neighbor's house, Goofy then was like posing as Santa for the kids, and then yeah, Max was like telling Santa what he wanted for Christmas, and then yeah, one of the younger kids then like ended up pulling off Goofy's Santa hat, and then yeah, Max then saw it was just Goofy, and Max just felt Goofy tricked him, and Max was not happy about that, and then Max just then was convinced that Santa didn't really exist, and Goofy really wanted to prove to Max that Santa did exist, and so then yeah, Goofy then just ended up staying all night to watch for Santa so he could get the picture of Santa for Max. And then yeah, later then yeah, Goofy just ended up staying up all night, and then he thought he finally had found Santa, but it turned out it was just a robber. Robber on a roof, and then yeah, Goofy then just ended up finally giving up after he fell off the roof. Yeah. And then yeah, Goofy ended up being just depressed and all. Max tried to cheer Goofy up, and then Max then ended up like posing as Santa to kind of like cheer Goofy up. But then yeah, Goofy then saw that Max was Santa, and then yeah, Goofy was just like telling Max that he Max didn't let him down, even though Goofy may have. But then yeah, then as they were then hugging, then the real Santa then like arrived, and then he gave Max a snowboard and stuff. And then yeah, the Nostalgia Critic like said that he felt that that was kind of a cop out ending for the story, but yeah, he felt that this could have like been done without a definitive answer. But I mean, I was fine with this ending because yeah, like I've said, like this is like meant for like younger kids, so yeah, and this is probably like the ending younger kids really would want to see. So yeah, I was fine with this ending. Like I wasn't bothered by it. I thought that it was just the ending was just fine. yeah, yeah, and then yeah, Max then like asked Goofy if he got his present, and yeah, Goofy just said that he gets his present every year, and his present is Max's happiness. And then yeah, Max then went next door to share his present with the neighbors. So yeah, this was a good story too. I liked this one. Yeah, yeah, and then yeah, it faded from like a sled in a Goofy's yard to like a sleigh or ornament on that Christmas tree. Yeah. And then yeah, the last story is was like with a toy sleigh under the tree. And yeah, this is about Mickey and Minnie, like they're doing their own version of the Gift of the Magi. And yeah, you all know this story, yeah. Mickey and Minnie, like, of course, like, they want to get each other a Christmas present, but they really don't have much money. And so, yeah, Mickey and Minnie, like, are wanting to work really good on Christmas Eve to really get enough money to buy the presents. But then, like, it ends up, like, really, like, not working for them because, yeah, Mickey's boss, Crazy Pete, like, was, like, really uptight and greedy, and he was trying to con a poor family into buying like these 10-foot trees that he has in his tree lot. Right? And yeah, the family just really didn't have a lot of money. But Pete was trying to con them to put them on a plan or something, and then Mickey like ended up stopping it and gave them like a small older tree that the family loved, and they took that. And then yeah, Pete ended up just like stealing like the money from Mickey. Like he was saying that he was gonna take what he would have made off of the 10-foot tree out of Mickey's pay, and then he just basically took all of Mickey's money and ended up firing Mickey from the tree lot. And with Minnie, like she worked in like a gift wrapping department or something, and then like she wanted to work well so she could get a Christmas bonus for Mickey, Mickey, but yeah, Minnie's Christmas bonus just ended up like being a fruitcake rather than money. So then yeah, Mickey and Minnie were like found themselves in some big trouble really, and how to get their gifts. And yeah, Mickey like this is mainly set around Mickey. Mickey wanted to get like a golden chain for like a pocket watch Minnie has to put around her neck. Heck yeah. And yeah, then like Mickey has a harmonica too, and then like the fire department was having a toy drive for a concert. Well, yeah, they were having a concert for a toy drive. Yeah, I should probably say it like that. But yeah, the band wasn't there because yeah, the fire department was putting out a fire because yeah, Pete accidentally like set a fire to his tree lot, and then yeah, the fire department was busy with that, and yeah, so the band wasn't there. But then like the fire department chief like could hear Mickey playing his harmonica, and so then he then brought Mickey to the concert to perform for the toy drive. And at first Mickey like wasn't felt he couldn't do it, but after a little boy like gave up his teddy bear for the toy drive. Then Mickey then started to play for the little boy, and then yeah, the band then all arrived, and then they were playing their music, and then Mickey like played along with them, and then yeah, the toy drive ended up like being a real big success, and after the chief was like telling Mickey that he was really good with the harmonica, Mickey then like came up with the idea that he could actually like he could trade in his harmonica to get Minnie's gift. And so then Mickey and Pluto ended up like racing to the shop to get the golden chain for Minnie, but then like they arrived just as the store was closing, and then yeah, Mickey tried to talk to the owner about trading in his harmonica, but the owner ended up like rejecting the harmonica. He didn't feel it was worth much. But then after Mickey then like started to play the harmonica, then the owner then ended up changing his mind. Of course, yeah. And then, yeah, the next day, of course, for Christmas, then Mickey and Minnie gave each other their gifts. Mickey, of course, gave Minnie that chain for her watch, but it turned out that Minnie's gift to Mickey was a case for his harmonica, and of course, like we all like Mickey, of course, like traded in his harmonica, and it turned out that Minnie ended up doing that same thing with her watch. So yeah, so yeah, essentially that really like made both of their gifts really useless. But yeah, just like as the gift of the Magi really he did hit like the example that it made. Like it's the thought behind each gift that counts. And yeah, they then just like were loving each other with they're gonna just sing Merry Christmas, and yeah, Mickey just told Minnie that she's all the music that he'll ever need. Yeah, yeah, and then yeah, it faded to like it was like zooming out from their house, and then yeah, it faded to like a house ornament on the tree, and then yeah, the film then just ended with the narrator like saying like just saying what Christmas really was about, and then yeah, it then like just like zoomed out from the house that it was taking place in, and then yeah, outside like then just showed like every like Mickey, Minnie, Goofy, Max, Donald, little Daisy, and the boys just all gathering up singing Christmas carols. Yeah, first it was Mickey and Minnie arriving on a sled with Pluto singing Jingle Bells, and then Goofy and Max showed up singing Deck the Halls, and then yeah, Donald, Daisy, and the boys then sang We Wish You a Merry Christmas, and then everyone then started to join in and sing all the songs together. And so then yeah, it just ended like that. So yeah, these three stories, I felt that they were pretty good stories. Like the messages that they send are really good. I mean, they are like really good. Kind of the just like say like gives kids messages and just like tell them like what Christmas really is about, and it really does show, especially with like the Christmas like with the Donald story and the Mickey and Minnie story. Like those two stories really are really more about like saying what Christmas is really about. The Goofy one, like it is pretty good with the story, like saying like just like it's. I guess that one's really just saying like kids really should believe Santa and stuff, and like Santa won't let them down and stuff. So, uh, yeah, I guess like yeah, all three of these stories they are like told really well and they really do send good messages, like I said earlier. So yeah, like I said, 3 stars out of 4. I mean, I really did do enjoy this movie. Like I enjoyed watching it a lot as a kid, like I said. And also, like I said earlier, yeah, I still do watch this film like every year for Christmas time, and yeah, I probably will still watch it for years to come during Christmas. Yeah, it really doesn't matter how old I get. I really like. I'll probably put this film on like every year for Christmas time. I really do enjoy watching this film during Christmas time. So, yeah, yeah. So, yeah, that's really like the best one. Like that's really how I feel about it. I mean, I'm probably like not really in the age range for it anymore, but since I just grew up with it, I still do like watching it like every year during Christmas time. So, yeah, that's my take on it. Alright, so yeah, that does it for my review of Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.